Oh, hello, Mel.
Hey, Gaz.
You know, it's probably a good time to tell you and the audience that we are back.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
I've missed our chats.
You know what's funny? When we stopped recording, I thought, oh, they mustn't be making movies. You know, that movies have stopped now. They just stopped making them.
Based on our pause.
There's no point coming back. They don't make them anymore. And then I was like, no, hang on. They're still making them.
Just a couple.
Just a couple. As long as Russell Crowe keeps making movies,
We are good.
I think we got to just keep going, I suppose, eh? So what have we got coming up? We've got a couple of shows, don't we, coming up?
We really do. There is a cracking episode on King Richard, starring Will Smith as the father of Serena and Venus Williams.
That's our next one, isn't it?
That's our next one.
Gotcha. That's a big one, isn't it, right?
Very excited. It's a really good movie.
True story, good movie. And of course, Will Smith, you know, a man of no controversy whatsoever. You know?
This was the Oscar for this movie.
Yeah, this was the Oscar that he won that was under completely peaceful and totally acceptable.
No violence, no nothing.
Nothing happened. It's all just in the past. Who remembers? Okay, yeah, so that's exciting. So we've got that. That'll be fascinating to know, you know, what's true, what's not, and also do a proper critique of the movie too.
Absolutely. What else is on the list, Gaz?
Well, we have one that we did promise people a while ago. Anybody that's a keen listener will remember way back in the last episode, which was a long time ago, no doubt. We did say that we were going to finally do one of the big movies we've talked about. I think we talked about it regularly every episode, but we'd never covered it as a feature movie that we were going to focus on. Gladiator. We did record that episode.
We did.
Like a year ago or something.
I'm curious to see what it sounds like.
It's in the can. And so we have to get that out so you guys can have a listen to it. So I'm quite excited for everybody to get a chance to finally hear our thoughts on Gladiator.
And then on the Russell Crowe theme, we have another big one that is not released till November. And this is the latest version of Nuremberg.
That's pretty exciting. No, I just want to clarify this. I sent Mel the trailer. I don't know if you'd already seen it when I sent it.
I'd definitely already seen the trailer.
Because I remember saying to Mel, I was like, you know, there's this thing coming out. You might be interested in Russell Crowe. You're not going to believe this, but he's not just playing like any Nazi. He's playing like the big
guy.
The big guy. He's putting on weight. He's eating 50 donuts a day. It's a big role.
And he's been chubby for a while.
True. No judgment. He looks like he's having a great time, and it only seems natural that he now plays a German. Is it Hermann Göring?
It's Göring. Yeah,
he's doing Göring, and this is about the Nuremberg
trials. So
trials.
After the war, they put the top Nazis on trial in Nuremberg.
Right.
That was still alive.
My feeling is that Russell Crowe he's done some pretty. I don't know if you are aware of this, but he's done some pretty bad. Lukewarm
We've
movies.
done review shows on some of his weaker movies.
True. I mean, he's done, you know, I think he's just thought, you know, I've done all these Exorcist movies and we're running out of material.
There's Oscar buzz for this.
Well, my wonder is that I feel like he's going, you know what, it's time to put on the big boy pants.
Yeah, and get serious about acting.
That Oscar shelf's looking pretty dusty to me. Time to fill it up with some awards. And so, yeah, so it's coming out November, isn't it?
That's right.
Awesome. Okay, so we should have a review of that. I'm really excited to see
Me
it.
too. Now, we thought to keep our listeners going that we would have a quick chat about some of the movies we've seen this year that we loved.
Yes.
And a couple that were a little, shall we say,
not
weak.
so great. Yeah. I mean, you know, because we haven't stopped watching movies. We've been seeing quite a lot this year. We've went to a couple of festivals. It's been pretty fun. What's on your list, though? Tell me something. You know what? Start with something positive. Tell me something that you like.
So this movie I loved, but it is bleak and dark.
Okay.
And in true me style, it is a Soviet-era film called The Two Prosecutors, based on a true story. It is about a fresh young prosecutor who is sent in to a big Soviet prison because he has received a letter written in blood by an old professor.
Right.
And he goes in and he meets this professor who's clearly been tortured because this is in the height of the terrors.
Bad time.
It is dark, it is bleak, but the acting is superb. The storytelling is brilliant.
And tell me, is it subtitled? Like
it's in Russian.
It's in Russian.
It's in Russian, yeah.
Fascinating, yeah. So good?
Really good.
Fascinating. You see, not often, if you like a movie and it's got dark themes, it must be good. Because I know you wouldn't normally be consuming tons of like super dark content.
I'm not a big fan of the dark content, but I do have a
Well, the Russian got you.
The
though.
Russian got me.
You're like, oh, it's Russian.
As soon as I saw the trailer and there was like a bust of Stalin and a bust of Lenin and like there were two men talking and I was like, I don't care what this is about. I am seeing this movie.
Is that how much is it? $200 sold. I think you let me in. That sounds amazing. So
it was really good.
So the two prosecutors.
Two prosecutors.
Okay, very, very interesting. Well, I am having a look at my list now of like things that I've enjoyed this year. I'll tell you a movie I will say, and you wouldn't have seen it, but I think it's amazing. There was a horror movie this year that came out. We've been having a good year for horror. I must say there's been a lot of very good, and I'm suspiciously good, Mel. I don't know where all the horror talent has come from, but we've suddenly seen it. The film was Weapons. There was a film called Weapons came out this year. It is extraordinary. It's a horror movie that contains a mystery at the center of it. And you know what? Here's my criteria for a good horror movie. If you take out all the horror, you take out all the suspense and the creepy negative space and people sneaking up and you're going, what's going to happen? If you take that all out of the movie, Weapons is still a great story. It is still an extraordinary mystery. It's about a class of missing school children that go missing all at the same time.
But already makes you feel scared.
And it's got that X-Files hook, where you're like, Mulder and Scully turn up and you're like, why did they all disappear at the same time? And it's got this great mystery. And it's also terrifically scary. And amazingly, and this is the craziest part, you get to the end and it lands the ending so well. It doesn't find a stupid twist to like screw it up. It doesn't find some dumb thing. It's aliens. There's none of that. It just explains it. And you're like, this is extraordinary. Weapons. What a cool movie.
Is the twist good?
It's not even a twist. It's more like, it's one of those movies, where like the whole movie sets it up with different mysteries building up to something that you can't make sense of. But then when they tell you how the rules of the horror movie work, it makes sense. You're like, of course this is what it is. It makes sense that everything that they've told me that doesn't seem to fit now makes sense because of this thing. And like all great horror, once they set the rules, they keep to the rules. They don't break their own rules. And you're watching this movie and you're like, this is so fun. I gotta say, it's not easy to make a horror movie scary, very thrilling, and funny. And it does all of these things. So check it out. Weapons. Extraordinary film from this year.
Sounds cool. I like it.
Very, very good. Anything else? What else have you got on your list? Have you got a bad movie or a good one?
I'm going to give you another good one.
Oh, yeah.
But this is a little bit lighter in tone than Gulag film or a horror film.
Okay.
So this is called A Private Life and it's starring Jodie Foster.
Right.
And she plays an American psychiatrist who lives in France and has been living in France for a number of decades. And she is a divorced woman with an adult son. She's not very happy. And her relationships with her family and friends are not great. But she kind of goes on this journey after one of her patients commits suicide.
Right.
And it's very kind of positive and there are funny moments. Her and her ex-husband start getting on better. She starts building relationships, but also they kind of go on like these funny random road trips and it just makes you laugh.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's really quite heartwarming.
I feel Jodie Foster's been gone too long. I feel like I need to see more of her.
I've never seen her do a French film before.
She is fluent in French, I believe.
She is fluent in French. Every now and again there's a little bit in English.
Yeah, got
she swears occasionally in English and things like that.
Ooh.
But highly recommend it.
Fantastic. What's it called again?
A Private Life.
Private Life, right? I've got to check it out. Yeah, she went to a French school, I think.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like she's fluent. I always am impressed when you see someone like that who speaks fluent.
Kristen Scott Thomas also speaks fluent French. She's done a lot of work in France.
It's a good time. I'm learning French, so at someday
Really?
the dream will hit me.
Duolingo?
Yeah, that's at level 10, So
Good job.
I want emails telling me how good a job I'm doing. Okay, thank you.
What else is on your list?
Well, I'm going to pick a French one as well, actually.
Love it.
I went to the Melbourne Film Festival. The last night, they played Richard Linklater's new movie, Nouvelle Vague.
I love him.
He's good, isn't he? So Nouvelle Vague, I must say, it's a bit geeky, but it is a movie about the making of another movie. So it's about the making of Jean-Luc Godard's very famous French movie, Breathless, starring Jean-Paul Belmondo. Amazing movie. Gene Seberg, of course, was in the original. It's a fascinating movie. It's all, you know what, Mel? It's Paris, 1960s. Everybody's drinking wine. Everybody's pretentious. They're talking about books and movies. and they're drinking all day, and then they're like
smoking all night.
lots of smoking. Cafes, they're in the middle of Paris in the 60s. They got those old, Renaults. It's just amazing. Everything about it is so good. And I watched this on the last day, and it's geeky, and all the jokes. I mean, you have to have seen Breathless, the movie, in order to get anything out of Nouvelle Vague. So it's a very niche movie, but I believe it's coming out on Netflix quite soon. So if there's any Jean-Luc Godard fans, or if you just like spending time in Gay Paris,
I love spending time in Paris.
yeah, I mean, this is a movie where just filmmakers sit around and they're like, do you want to film something? No, let's have a think about it for another 5 hours, drink some more wine, and then maybe we will film something later. And you're just kind of hanging out with Jean-Luc Godard, and Francois Truffaut is there. It is just a
Awesome.
cool fantasy. And I gotta say, I just loved it. So Nouvelle Vague, it'll be on Netflix, I believe.
Excellent. I will keep an eye out for it.
We've given us some positive movies. Do we do negative now? Do we talk
Oh,
about
please. I'm so excited to talk about this movie.
Okay, so I'll let you go.
So my movie of choice that is just rubbish
Yeah.
is called Fountain of Youth.
Okay.
Now, it's kind of starring Natalie Portman
Okay.
and John, I'm going to muck up his surname, Kerensky.
Oh, Kaczynski.
Yes.
Right.
So
He's Emily Blunt's husband.
he is.
Right. Got you.
So this movie is kind of set up to be a little bit like National Treasure.
Okay.
You go on an adventure, you're trying to find some ancient artifact, that kind of thing.
Right.
And I really enjoy the National Treasure movies.
Yeah, they're pretty fun.
And Disney knows how to make a cutesy little adventure movie that everyone can enjoy.
I feel like you would be the audience for this, right?
I am the audience for this movie.
Yeah.
This movie is garbage.
Wow. Okay.
Why is this movie garbage? So many reasons. Number one, I think they just... So the first thing is...
There's so many things wrong. You don't even know
it
where
just
to
hurts
start.
my brain.
I know.
So the first thing is, the thing they're trying to find is the Fountain of Youth,
Okay.
which is basically a magical potion which keeps you young forever. So my response to that is, it's too extreme. If you're going to find an ancient artifact, it needs to be somewhat believable, not just like ridiculous.
And that takes you out of the movie immediately, right?
The worldview's already broken.
Yeah, I actually know exactly what you mean when you say that.
It's just too
Yeah.
extreme. And then there's this scene that if the movie had had a different worldview, would have been really, really cool. So they
Yeah.
bring up a section of a ship which has been at the bottom of the ocean for about 100 years. Forget the engineering and the physics
Yeah, I
for
was
why
gonna
that doesn't
say,
just work.
Let's just ignore that.
Ignore that. So the sequence in the ocean and this half-sunk boat is quite cool.
Okay.
But you don't believe any of it. Because we've
Yeah.
all seen Titanic. We know that you can't just bring up half a ship.
Yeah, it's not like, do they just... I'm curious, so you can spoil it if you want. But like, do they tie just a big balloon to it? I mean, how do you get a
I
ship
can't
up?
remember, but
Yeah,
like
okay.
it just was so unbelievable.
Magnificent.
And then
okay.
of course you've got to go to Egypt.
Well, of course.
And you got to go to the pyramids, and then there's this secret thing at the base of the pyramids, and you're like, oh, come on.
We're really out of... We can't go anywhere but Egypt, can we? We have to go there.
Come up with something. But also, if there was really like this ginormous layer at the bottom of the pyramids, we would have found it. Like, to make this believable, it needs to be a site which is not regularly investigated.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, how else wasn't it picked up before?
And is it set present day?
Yes, that's part of its problem.
See, I was just going to say that, like, you can do the secret lair. It's all good, but you have to do what the Mummy did, the Brendan Fraser
or
movie.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, you do period. And then you go, well, nobody could 3D scan the damn thing. So, like, maybe there is a layer. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I guess we're like, in 2025, we're like, I think we know. Don't we know? We know it's in there. There's nothing in there. It's an empty room.
So just garbage.
Right. Okay. And who's the lead again?
Natalie Portman.
She usually is very good.
She is usually very good.
Is
The
like...
script is rubbish. Whoever made it, they're just not Disney.
Yeah, okay.
They don't have the knack for how you have these cutesy little adventure movies. And I would say similar to Netflix, who have done a couple, they're just rubbish.
Yeah, it's a real shame. I think we neglect how much skill. I mean, we kind of toss these movies off like, oh, they're just silly. But actually, the skill to make a good one is unbelievably big.
So, Indiana Jones.
Right, the skill is amazing.
Period.
Yeah.
It's not set in the present.
Yeah.
And the thing that they're looking for, like if you take The Last Crusade, is the cup of Christ.
Right. That's the
Something
MacGuffin.
something that's been talked about in the Bible, in history books. You've had knights go on crusade.
Yeah.
It might exist, it might, who knows, but enough people throughout the centuries have believed it to give it credibility.
Yeah, of course. I mean, everybody wants it, right?
And then the only bit at the end that is disbelievable is when you kind of have like what is now present day Petra, where you kind of have some of the stuff that is a bit fanciful.
Yeah.
But for most of it, outside of Indiana Jones using a whip to defeat some Nazis, feels somewhat believable.
Yeah.
And you're blown away by the chemistry and the camaraderie and the little action sequences that you're happy to go with it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's an extraordinary trick to, you can look at it and think about it and go, well, that's ridiculous. But they sell it so well that even when it's ridiculous, you're like, no, it's real. But there's no objective reason why I should accept that that's okay. But it is okay. It just works like a piece of music. You know.
But you've got to create a fantasy, and I think it is infinitely harder to do it well when it's set in the present.
It's a very good point. I couldn't agree more. I mean, do we both agree? There's nothing better than a good Indiana Jones ripoff because they're so good when they work.
The Mummy.
The Mummy's such a good.
It's completely fanciful, and yet I adore that movie, and I'm so willing to buy into that world.
You mentioned National Treasure, right? I mean, you know, that is an absurd ripoff. I mean, it's just so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Indiana Jones and the Declaration of Independence. They just ripped it off, but then, you know, it's such a good ripoff of it that you relax and you go, it's fun, it's silly, it's a bit dumb, it's fine. You know, it's all kind of got a lot of charm.
I think part of it is Nicolas Cage is very good in it.
He is very good.
And it's kind of his role.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't take himself too seriously.
Yeah.
As in, at times, I think this movie tries to take itself too seriously.
Is it rude to me too? I just don't see Kaczynski as like a light-hearted swashbuckler kind of guy. And I got to say, Natalie Portman.
There's an action sequence in Thailand with him in the lead.
Yeah.
And it's so unbelievable.
It's a shame, isn't it? Natalie Portman doesn't strike me as someone who fits the role massively well. I don't know. Maybe it's just a bit of miscasting. But as you said, it sounds screenplay related, really, this. Right. So where can people not watch this movie? Is it like a streaming movie?
In Australia, you can watch it on Apple TV Plus.
Okay. So don't
do not watch it.
Don't watch it then. Let's save you a few hours of your life. Don't do it.
Pick a better, if you want a fantasy movie or an adventure movie, pick a better one.
There's plenty out there, I've got to say. I have to say, I know you haven't seen it. I thought the new Superman movie was very good. For a story that we've seen so many times and for Grown, another comic book movie, they did a very good job making it very funny, very relatable, humanizing the character. It's well worth it. Let me give you what I'm disappointed
Yeah,
in.
I was going to say, you're meant to be giving me one that we didn't like.
Yeah, too much positivity. It's toxic positivity, Mel. We've got to stop this. No, let's start. This is one that I don't think... Like, you'll know of it. It's not a small movie by any means. It might be the most expensive movie that came out this year, but unbelievably disappointing to the point where I was shocked. I actually was shocked watching Mission Impossible what's it called? Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, I think it's called.
What is it, number 10,
Number
11?
10, 11. It's the new one that came out this year. My God, I sat in a theater. I've never been so bizarrely bored by so much money in the first hour of the movie.
So I don't rate half the Mission Impossible movies.
Right. So you're
And
already...
I haven't in a very long time.
Right. So you would probably see this as par for the course, I would imagine then. There were some extraordinary high points in the last maybe 5 to 10 years in that
Mission
series.
Impossible number 2 is phenomenal.
See, that's...
It's a great movie.
It's so funny you said that, because that's probably the least liked one that people have. Is it? You're talking about the one with Sandy Newton in it?
The one in Australia
The Aussie
where they've
one.
got the little strip across their throat and they can suddenly... voice sounds completely different.
They've kept those. A lot of them have that. Yeah, you're right. The one with the Sydney Opera House at the end, and you're like... There's a whole action sequence inside like the northern Sydney suburbs, and it's like, why are they here? I don't understand. And there's a virus. There's a virus.
Yeah, there's a virus.
We got it. It's in a vial. Don't do anything with that. You know, don't drop it. It's very dangerous. I think it's funny you like that. That is probably the lowest rated one.
Really?
Yeah, most people don't like the same.
See, I like that more than number 1.
Brilliant. Yeah, I like number 1, but yeah, The second one, I like. It's crazy now. It is so. The end of that movie. Let's get two motorbikes to bash into each other.
I love that though.
It's quite fun. It is good. John Woo, no, he could do whatever he wanted back then. I wouldn't. And Anthony Hopkins turns up out of nowhere, and he's just talking in Welsh and saying, "Here's your mission." It was quite good, that part. I like that. No, yeah, the new one was very disappointing. I mean, this was an extraordinary amount of money. One of the things about the new
Don't
mission...
they do a crazy plane stunt?
Yes, correct. They do a biplane stunt, which, from what I gather, the biplane stunt sequence was filmed in advance of them even knowing why they were filming it. It was one of those strange movies that's been Frankenstein together from different ideas, and then, we'll figure out how to make a script out of this later. But because of COVID and various reasons, they actually ended up filming this.
COVID, it's 2025.
I know. But they've been filming this movie, Mel. Honestly, this Mission Impossible movie that came out this year has been filmed over a course of like 3 years or something like that, in bits and pieces. It's a very Frankenstein movie.
We wonder why it doesn't work.
Screenplay-wise, it's a real mess. One of the things I find extraordinary, it's a part 2. So it's like we had one reckoning, now this is second reckoning, and they ended the last movie before it on a cliffhanger. So they're basically saying, you don't watch this movie unless you've seen the other one.
So is he still a spy that works for the US government?
Yeah, he's still a spy.
Right, so he's still Ethan Hawke. None of that's changed.
But of course, like they do that thing where it's now funny now, where they're like, you gotta go rogue. Go rogue.
He goes rogue in every movie.
And it's like, you always go rogue. He hasn't done anything by the book ever, And they're always like, hey, Ethan, this is different now. It's that...
not.
You know what they say? They always go, Ethan Hunt, the game has changed. And I'm like, no, I think it's the same game. I'm pretty sure it's the same game you've been doing for like 30 years.
Yeah, so there might be new weapons, but fundamentally it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's always
Kill the bad guy.
It's always that. It's always like, hang on now, the game's different this time. And it's like, no, it's not. It's a carbon copy of exactly the same shit I've seen before. But the thing about this one is that it's 3 hours nearly long.
But I would say a number of the more recent ones are all too long as well.
Well, you said that, but like they literally spend the first hour of this one, Final Reckoning, they spend an hour. And I mean, I timed it on my phone. I was so bored, I turned the damn stopwatch on my phone. That's how bored I was. I opened up my phone and I'm timing this shit and I turned it on. It was an hour. They spent an hour explaining to me the plot of the last movie that I'd already spent $20 to see. But
also, all the movies are the same. You don't need an hour plot explanation.
It's unbelievably
He's either
strange.
Mid-mission or he finished the last mission, but for whatever reason, it wasn't finalized.
They flash
Which means,
back.
therefore, he's mid-mission.
Well, that's the thing. It's like this movie should start in the middle of a movie.
He's mid-mission.
Yeah, he's mid-mission. It's not the beginning of it. We've already spent money on the beginning of it. Now we're going to see the meat of it. And the movie starts going, let us explain to you exactly what's going on for an hour.
Because I'm assuming in part 1, the bad guy is running away into the horizon and Ethan's like, I'll get you in the next movie.
Kind of, actually.
And in the next movie, he's continuing to chase the bad guy.
How did you know?
Because they're all the same.
This
is not, of course not.
I feel like you've seen this.
This is not complicated.
Yeah, it's extraordinary that you know that. I always knew. I know you're smart, but that's extremely prescient of you to know how it works.
I explained that in like 15 seconds.
That's true. And it is true. It's literally the end of the last movie is like the train and then the bad guys go off.
See?
And Ethan's like, well,
you.
The story's just beginning. It's a lot of that. I have to say, just extraordinary. I've never seen a movie spend an hour talk to me. And I don't mean show me, Mel. Like showing
like
me.
A monologue.
Like a monologue. Like
Tom Cruise is not known for his monologues.
It's extraordinary how it's just an hour of talking. And I'm just like, God.
But that's not what Mission Impossible films should do. It's about action.
I couldn't believe it. I've never seen so much money just be burned in front of my face.
Who directed this mess?
It was the same director, actually. It's the same director as the prior movies. It's Christopher McQuarrie is the director.
So he should know better.
He's very talented. I think my theory is they're all burnt out doing it. They've done so many. They're extremely difficult to make. They're very technically complicated. They take years of planning and blah, blah, blah. And I honestly think McQuarrie and the team, I just think they're burnt out.
Then do a shorter film.
Yeah, I just think that you could just tell the magic was gone. There's a sequence, I have to say, there's some of the parts of it are good. The sequence in the middle of the movie is in a submarine. And the ironic part of it is probably the best sequence they've ever done in any of the movies.
Okay.
So as an isolated, like 20-minute sequence, it is just extraordinary technical achievement. It's just amazing. Visually,
That's not enough for 3 hours.
that's the thing. Yeah, I just came out of it and I was like, I don't think you can justify. And even by the time you get to the biplane sequence, which is in the posters, and he's hanging off a wing and he's going, oh God, it's windy. By the time you get there, it's already gone by then.
We've also already seen it on YouTube.
Like, it's on the poster. It's not a
There's
surprise.
no surprise.
I actually got to that sequence. I almost was like, this is actually boring. I've never seen $50 million be this dull.
wasted.
Yeah. I mean, Tom Cruise does stunts, that's great, but at some point you just go, you got to make me care about it. You got to
You've either got to
care.
make us think he might actually die.
Yeah, well, it's not Jackass, but you know what I mean? It's
No, but not in a harsh way. I mean, how else do you raise the stakes? So either you make
Yeah.
him think like him or someone you care about in the film is going to die.
well, this is it. They needed to put him into outer space or
So
something.
how else do you, because he can't die. So how do you raise the stakes?
And that's so true. You get to the last hour and you're like, he's not going to die. I mean, he's just not. There's no stakes to it. You just go, I don't know what I'm supposed to be thrilled about.
Well, what you're normally thrilled about is the storytelling or the chemistry or the sets or the cars or the guns or something.
Correct.
But
yeah.
if you don't care about them because the craft is not good enough, then there's nothing.
It is. It's just an extraordinary. I mean, there's some incredible good acting. The guy that's in Severance, people will know the TV show Severance if they've seen it. He plays a submarine captain and he's so good in the movie. The movie has just such a fascinating mix of a wildly well achieved technical experience. There's vast amounts of technical craft on display. And then it's all packaged in this 3-hour doldrum thing where it just comes down to some guy sticking a USB stick in a computer and saying, don't blow the world up. Is that okay? Execute. And you're going, honestly, I mean,
I've seen this a million times before.
I know. And ironically, the movie didn't make the money it should have. So that's too.
Because it's not good.
Yeah. You can almost tell. I actually, you won't believe this. I went to the theater. I watched a group of 5 people leave the theater in 40 minutes in. And
I'm seeing that more and more.
Are you? Yeah.
Not necessarily group, but people leaving. And I think people are going, do you know what? My time is precious.
Well, I thought they knew it's 3 hours and they're going to get their money back because they're only 40 minutes in. They're going to ask for it back.
I mean, it's partly that, but it's not just about the money. I think it's also just about theatre is expensive and it's an experience. I demand a certain standard.
Yeah. But we should. We deserve that. I agree. This is why we are passionate about it. Because you think to yourself, we're paying good money for this. And I think for us, if you're going to engage in art, I feel you should have high standards to it. I'm not here to,
Mission Impossible doesn't market itself as art. It marks itself as an adventure.
Well,
But it's the same thing. Adventure, art, it doesn't matter. The point is we expect certain standards.
correct. This is it. They have set a standard for themselves by achieving, say, Fallout is a fantastic movie. It's a fantastic experience, but they set those standards. And if you're going to make more and you're going to spend hundreds of millions of dollars doing it, then you have to reach those heights. Tom Cruise went on a big Sea of Cinema promotional campaign, and I thought to myself, well, I really admire someone going out publicly and saying, we're making movies to Sea of Cinemas. I think that's a great thing to do. So, very noble. I'm just not sure if Tom Cruise thinks that watching that movie is the key to saving cinema, we're going to have to work slightly harder to do it. Because I think we probably deserve slightly better.
But the movies that we've actually recommended,
Yes.
they are worth saving cinema for.
Oh, I absolutely.
And I saw both of them in the cinema,
I did too.
and they were excellent.
I was so proud to see it, actually. And boy, the buzz was great. And the crowd watching the movies that I watched, they were so happy to
Well,
be
it
there.
should be a communal experience.
Exactly. Yeah, it was so good. So there's still a lot of hope, Mel. I'm fingers crossed. I'm hoping, that's why I'm excited about Nuremberg. I want to go see it with a crowd, and I want to.
Well, where the podcast is back.
I know. I'm very excited. I
Me
don't know
too.
if you can tell, so we'll wrap up, I think.
I think
there.
we should.
Yeah, so we're very excited. I hope this was fun for you guys.
Thanks
Yeah.
for indulging us.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're officially back. The next episode we're going to do is, as we said, King Richard. And so
Out soon.
Out soon. Subscribe to all the podcast apps if you want to keep involved so you know when it's coming out.